actually do appreciate that. And I would like to really emphasize that 1% of the files is insulting. It's insulting. In fact, when we consider that Pam Bondi herself has publicly stated that the files exist. She publicly stated that she had already given Donald Trump that information. So it is a little bit concerning that you have not moved in the way that you said you would. This type of energy could be well spent on the DOJ. It could be well spent on not just saying that you want us to release the files. You have power here. This markup is evidence that you were never serious about an honest bipartisan investigation, that you always intended to use this as a one-sided political hit job. Because if you had your way, we actually would have recessed this summer before we were able to force that bipartisan subpoena through the Subcommittee on Federal Law Enforcement. So when we think about this kangaroo court and the dishonesty that's happening right here, right? It dishonors the integrity of our committee and the survivors who have put themselves at risk for justice. We all remember the roundtable where many of us sat and listened to the survivors. We listened to their stories, and one of them spoke and said that she doesn't know if we're good liars or if we're telling the truth. But for the first time, she is hoping that something actually happens here. We left that roundtable, and Mr. Coomer, you yourself said that you wanted to honor those victims, to let Pam Bondi off the hook, to let others who are obviously in those files off the hook is unacceptable. We cannot investigate this fully if we do not have the full files. We cannot see all there is to see if the DOJ is not complying. We cannot move forward. Being in the minority party gives us limited options for actions, and we all must be unwilling to wait if you are not going to subpoena the files. So I thank you, Mr. Mfume, and I yield back.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back also.
Do any other members? Mr. Gosar?
Yes, I yield to the chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Gosar, for yielding. First of all, let's go back. When this started, everyone was demanding that we subpoena the Epstein estate. That wasn't in the discharge petition, but I issued a subpoena to the estate. When we met with the victims, when we met privately for 2 hours, Ms. Lee was there and Ms. Crockett and, you know, more than half the committee. They were demanding that we subpoena the estate, and we did. We got every document from the estate. There were people who said, oh, there are going to be a lot of questions answered. There'll be names and all. We've subpoenaed every document, every picture, everything from the estate. We never held back. We've been serious. We've all supported the full release of the documents. As I've stated many times publicly, we wish the process was going quicker. That's a lot of documents, a lot of redactions, a lot of eyes have to be put on this. So the Department of Justice is complying. Now, with respect to Maxwell and the Clintons are not treated differently. Maxwell was always, she was willing to appear, but made very clear she would take the Fifth Amendment. The Clintons refused to appear. The Clintons refused to appear. And one of the proposals that Clinton made was if we would let Hillary Clinton off, then Mr. Garcia and I could travel to Mr. Clinton's house and bring one staffer and take notes, but no transcript. That's not even a thing, and you all know that. The media, I'm sure, would require a transcript. There's no real investigation without a transcript. So, you know, what few counter proposals the Clintons' massive legal team has made aren't acceptable, and I don't think anyone is going to stand up here and willing to publicly argue that they were.